Planetary interaction. I'm in perimeter and I have barren command centers. I'm gonna scan for planet to make some mechanical parts on. I like planet 1. So I'll open the menu, view in planet mode. You want to get rid of local window and some of these other stuff so that you can see. Alright, barren command center. Now mechanical parts takes base metals and noble metals. This planet is very poor in noble metals, pretty decent in base for a high sec. Now we're going to scan. I've got the scan slider set pretty low. Going to look at noble metals first since those are key. The red spots and white are going to be the highest concentration. There's hardly any on here. So we'll go to the biggest red spot. Zoom in. You can see other players' stuff there. We'll get rid of that. Alright, the red is the best concentration of noble metals here. So, keeping that in mind, we'll scan for the other requirement, base metals. This is our main noble. And up top here is some base metals. So, right in this middle area, that's where we can plop down a command center. And let's do it. Submit to make it official, and you'll have a planet you can build on. Now immediately build a launch pad. This is going to be the center of everything on this build. Going to build an extractor to mark where the fields of base metals are. I'm going to put it up near the white because that's the best concentration. And let's scan again for noble metals. Make sure where that is before I drop an extractor. Okay, we're right near it. Noble metal extractor. Put it right down in the middle of the good stuff. Yeah. Alright, gonna make a link. Right click, create a link from the extractors to the center launch pad. You can see how much CPU and power it takes up. Submit those changes. Not much power or CPU used yet. Okay, we have the basics set up. I'm going to get rid of these other extractors. Alright, now before I do anything else, I want to get some resources flowing. Double click. You can do several different time frames. I like the 5 hour myself. It gives 500 every 15 minutes. It'll be 1,000 every half hour. Install that. We're going to double click on the routing to send it to the launch pad. Double click. Same for the other extractor. Open it up. A double click. I want the 5 hour. Double click. We'll choose it and confirm it. I'm going to do the routing to the launch pad. Choose and confirm. Submit those changes. Now we have resources flowing to the central storage launch pad, and we can watch the routes. Yep, there's 2 different incoming things. Now that we have resources incoming, we're going to process it. Going to make 2 basic processors, one down near the noble metals and one shaded towards the base metals. Right click, link to the launch pad, link to the launch pad. Every once in a while you submit the changes, so if something foo-bars, you don't lose it all. Now, we're going to make precious metals on this one. If you look down here, it says it takes noble metals. Yes, install. Double click, route it to the launch pad. Now we'll move the resources that are coming into the launch pad, the noble ones, route it over to the processor. It's got resources coming to the processor, and the processor kicks back the precious. Alright, the other one is going to make reactive metals, which uses the base. We're going to route it to the launch pad, and the launch pad is going to send the resources into that processor. Now you can try to send the wrong one in if you want. Won't work, so don't worry about it. Alright, submit changes, and we have a tier 1 cycle complete. There's noble metals coming in, precious metals coming out, and on the other one, base metals coming in, reactive coming out. Okay, so time to make an advanced processor where we'll further process the tier 1 stuff we have and link it back to the command center. Double click, the schematic is going to be mechanical parts. There you are. We're going to route the products back to the launch pad. Now it requires precious and reactive metals, so we're going to send that from the launch pad over to, find the incoming precious, send it into the advanced. Alright, now the reactive, route those over to the advanced. Good stuff. Alright, now check the routes. You can see it has 2 things incoming and it kicks out an advanced part. Submit. Everything is now set up. The whole chain. And we're going to look at the precious metal processor. It takes 3,000 units every half hour to keep this thing going happy. The extractor is only kicking out 565 every 15. That's only 1,000 every half hour. So we got to build some more. It's basically going to take 3 extractors to keep that processor happy. It's going to build these 2 fairly close to the other one in the middle of the patch of the good stuff. Going to create links to the first processor. They're going to share that pipe going onto the launch pad. That one makes 670, huh? Well, 2 of them is not enough, really. Might as well do a third. Why not? It'll be more than enough, but that's okay. Submit the results. You can't dig anything up until they're submitted and built. These 2 also are going to go on the 5-hour timeline. Double click, route it to the main thing. Same deal here. Extract it and route it to the main launch pad. The launch pad is already dishing out these resources over to the processors. So all we have to do is add more. The flow chart's already set up. Now this one, wow, 700. It's much richer up there than the noble metals in the south. 2 is almost enough for it. So on this third one, I'm not even going to go with the 5-hour. I'm going to go with the longer timeline, which gives less minerals, but I don't need more. The 23-hour timeline. Route it to here. Alright, everything is set up. These basic processors, if you hover over the command center, you can see that pipe is using 27%. That pipe's using about 27% of its capacity. That's good. You can see all the different stuff coming in, going out of this main launch pad, and that's fine. It's got everything it needs. It's handling it like the command center should, but alright, the whole flowchart is set up. Now we still have extra power grid. Check the command center. You see it has plenty of power grid left in CPU. About 7K left. We can make 6 or 7 more buildings, I think. So let's have some more extractors. We'll get some more resources in. Yeah, build some more of those. 3 more of the noble ones. The noble ones need the help a little bit more than the base metals up top. Route it, route it. Alright. So we have these extra resources coming in from the extractors. We need to process the extra stuff. I'm going to build one more basic of each type. And I like to keep the basics of the same type grouped together. Connect it up. Alright, this is going to be the same reactive type. Route the products to the launch pad. This is going to be the precious metals. Route the products to the launch pad. Then we're going to have the launch pad feed the metals back to it after we route these extra minerals. Yummy, yummy planet goo. Okay, that's over 6,000 noble metals coming in. That'll keep 2 processors happy. And that'll be enough of these. About 3,000 coming in. Submit those changes. Now, like I said, we're going to have the launch pad route the basic goodies to the processors. Find them all the way down here. There we go. Noble goes to precious. Now the base goes to the reactive, but let's try to put the noble into the reactive. And red stuff won't work. So let's put the proper one, the base metals, into the reactive. Okay, all good, and we have a little bit more power. And just one more noble metal extractor, since it's an underdog anyway. And if we make extra resources, then the processors can handle, and that's no problem. They'll get to it eventually, especially if you don't log in and renew these extraction timers in a timely manner. Route it over here. Too quick. Alright, 1 second later, go. Alright, hover over, see all the percentages. There's nothing in storage yet because the cycles haven't gone. Now, when you're ready to launch stuff, you'll add it here and it will launch export to planet for a cost and go to your customs office. Enjoy.